All right, ready?
Ready, sir. Ready. Are we going to record?
Yep.
Are we recording now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Race car spelled backwards is still race car. This is the Race Car Spelled Backwards podcast.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Brad, and with me, as always, is Jamie, and this is Race Car Spelled Backwards. Jamie, how's it going, man?
It's backwards.
You're backwards or it's backwards?
I'm all kind of backwards after that 24-hour race.
24 hours at the Rolex. We get home late last night, recording now. Yeah, I'm pretty exhausted, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's like the whole weekend was one long day.
I felt like we got more sleep this trip because of Friday night.
Well, I mean, we weren't in the crap trap. What was it? Crap trap hotel?
Crap trap.
Beach house?
Crackhead Inn.
Yeah.
The beach crack inn.
It fell in the ocean and no one noticed.
Exactly. They're still renting rooms out.
Yeah.
So we stayed at the Best Western Plus. If you've never stayed at a Best Western Plus, it meets our standards.
I rated 4.0 or better.
I mean,
this one was better than the beachfront.
Yeah, it really was. But that wasn't a plus. That was a Best Western Tiki Taki.
Yeah, that's true. It wasn't a plus.
Tiki.
Premium plus.
This one was.
Yeah.
So we're staying at a Best Western in New York City too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're basically sponsored by Best Western. They just don't know it.
Or maybe we're sponsoring them.
And they still don't know it?
Yeah, they don't know it.
Well, we don't.
Because that's the closest to the Red Ball garage. It's walking distance. We can pull into the garage, go sleep.
So we'll park in the garage.
Yep. Leave early Friday morning.
All right, so here's the plan, guys. We leave on Thursday, heading to New York City.
Early Thursday morning.
We'll get to New York City sometime Thursday afternoon.
6, 7 o'clock, I think.
And I think we're going to go to bed early. We need to get some rest because that's like Thursday night's the last night we get to sleep until...
That'll be the night we don't sleep.
After the Clash.
We'll be like, oh, man, we're going to be driving for 2 days.
Yeah, probably. But that's the last night of sleep we get. If you think about it, till after the Clash.
Well, no, we should, in between gas stations,
rotate people.
Rotate naps.
Well, one of the gifts from the Who Buys This Stuff this week is something that I think would have been useful on the trip if we would have bought it earlier. It's too late now. But
well, tonight I'm going to test a Keurig in the car to see if it blows fuses. Then we can have hot coffee as we're driving down the road.
Well, if it does blow fuses, we'll go get a thermos. I was going to go look for a thermos tonight anyway. I think that'll be good. I mean, we can stock up on coffee at the gas station. So we leave Thursday, heading to New York City. And then Friday morning, we start the Cannonball run. Goal is to get to LA sometime Sunday.
So let's do the math. If we see this 3-hour thing is screwing with me, I'm going to have to just write it down.
3-hour thing. Time difference?
Well, time difference. So let's say we leave at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m.
Yep.
Friday morning.
That should put us in LA.
But if let's just say 2 days. But I'm under 45. You're over 45 hours.
All right, if it takes 45 hours, we'll just call it 45.
Let's just call it
48.
48 because it's
easy math.
Easy math.
Yeah.
And so we leave at 7 a.m. Our time on East Coast, 24 hours will be 7 a.m. Saturday.
Correct.
Then 7 a.m. Sunday in LA. Right?
Yep.
But
subtract 3 from that.
3 hours, it's 4 a.m. Maybe we should leave like at 10 o'clock. That gets all the traffic into Wall Street.
Well, I think if we get to LA at 4 a.m., that gives us time to complete the Cannonball run, find somewhere to take a shower, find a Love's or something in LA, take a shower.
I think we can just shower in public fountains at the parks because all those people are camping there permanently.
So we can just act homeless?
Just bring a bathing suit.
We can.
You don't want any homeless Florida man that moved to California staring at you naked.
You think homeless Florida man from the racetrack moved to California?
You think California man's a thing?
Maybe. I doubt it, though. Florida man's a thing.
We saw them multiple times.
They all work at Daytona International Speedway now, apparently.
Well, no, I saw that guy at the Circle K in Gainesville. Remember? He was fighting with the other homeless guy over the corner.
Was that in Gainesville?
Yeah.
That was creepy.
And He came up to me.
Call the cops. Call the cops. I dare you.
He came up to me screaming, and I said, "Hey, I ain't your friend, man. You need to keep moving."
He did, too.
Yeah, he did.
He heard your accent. He said,
He kept yelling at me as he walked down.
Accent.
Yeah, he kept yelling at me as he was walking off.
He said, that guy sounds like Santos. I'm out of here.
Yep.
He thought you were George.
Is Santos related to Santos?
DeSantis?
DeSantis.
Well, that's because...
Was he DeSantos?
He was.
Before?
I think it was I think DeSantis out of Florida was George Santos' cousin, but he's 7 times removed. And because of the Santos last name, going along with Lane, he added the D in the Santis to the end of his name. So he converted from a Santos to a DeSantis.
Or did Santos convert?
I think
maybe he was stripped of his name because they were all embarrassed by him.
Maybe. So he's the only one that
made him move to New York.
I mean, we could make up any story we want and it'll be true.
No, only if he denies it do we know it's true. George.
True that.
If George denies it, it's true.
Well, I think the truth is in a top secret document somewhere.
I haven't gone through boxes from when we left D.C.
You didn't? No. You need to check them because you might have accidentally left with a few top secret documents. I could see somebody hiding them.
I didn't have clearance, though, so...
Well, that don't matter.
Just filtered in.
Hunter Biden don't have clearance either, but
my congressman rode the subway with me when I worked downtown.
You
think he slipped it in my backpack?
Definitely. He slid them in your backpack.
And then my wife didn't know what top secret meant.
That's a fact.
Put it in a storage box.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. You need to have the FBI. You should call the FBI when you leave here today and tell them you might have top secret documents. Can they please come to your house and search?
I've never worked for the government, though.
That don't matter. It's the FBI. They've been monitoring you for years, so.
Well, you know who used to
They're probably going to show up after we record this show anyway, thinking we have some of the Biden documents at our house. No clue how we would have got them, but.
That George guy that's on TV now, ABC?
Yeah.
Stephanopoulos? I bumped into him a few times getting lunch when I worked in D.C. Stephanopoulos. Not Scuffalopoulos. That's the woolly mammoth on Sesame Street.
Yeah.
No. This is George Snuffleupagus.
I don't know the guy.
He won. No, he didn't win. Bill Clinton won. He's the one that strategized to get Bill Clinton to win.
Yeah. Still not ringing a bell.
Like in 98.
Oh, yeah. So I was in 8th grade.
All right. So in 98, when I was not in 8th grade.
I was not paying attention to politics in the 8th grade. Not paying attention to much of anything in the 8th grade, probably.
I'd see him at Lombon Effalot.
What?
I don't know.
Snuffleupagus went.
It actually changed their name.
Effalot?
They changed their name to Panera Bread.
Did you say Long Bong Effalot?
It was something like that. Union Station in D.C., I'd take the subway in.
Yeah.
And then I'd go up and go to that Long Bon Effalot.
Long Bong Effalong.
Whatever it is. Long Bon Appetit. I don't remember. It became Panera later.
No.
They changed the name to Panera.
No.
I'd get my coffee. And
we never even went to Panera Bread. We saw it. We talked about it for 2 weeks and never went. We ended up at Dunkin' Donuts, which... I want to apologize.
You got to be careful.
I want to apologize to everybody at Dunkin' Donuts. Jamie here ordered the most difficult thing.
I wanted to be quick.
He ordered the most difficult thing on the menu, and it took him like 20 minutes to get it to him. So I want to apologize for Jamie right now to the people at Dunkin' Donuts. We're sorry. That plain bagel with
uncut and not toasted with nothing on it.
We know that's hard.
They could have just handed it to me over the counter.
We know that's a challenge. I mean, they about screwed up my donut. I ordered a chocolate-covered donut. She's like, do you want sprinkles on it?
Well, it wasn't the sprinkles you shake. It was the sprinkles she gives.
Yeah, I don't want her sprinkles.
No.
That's about all she's got upstairs.
I wasn't sure I wanted their bagel after they played around with it for 20 minutes back in the kitchen.
Yeah, what were they doing? They were hanging in the case. Like,
yeah,
I could have walked back there and got my donut.
The manager had to tell her there's one right there.
Yeah, they were.
Wow.
Shot out. That's Florida. That's Florida woman.
I think those are the people that were born and raised in Florida. They're a different breed. The natives. Yeah.
Oh, we saw that for sure.
So if you ever see a sticker that has like the state of Florida and it says native, watch out.
I think the gator on if you use that gator tag too, that's probably a good representation of it.
Do you think meth just comes out of the natural springs that are everywhere? I mean, they have a spring that you can pull over and look at, like every exit.
Wide open springs?
Wiki-Wachi springs, Wildwood springs, in-your-face springs.
That's probably where meth started.
I think it just bubbles out of the earth down there.
Yeah.
Because the Waffle House, I had grits on everything. I had grits in my Coke, grits in my coffee.
Waffle House is a 2-star restaurant at best. On any given day, on any given location.
I didn't order any grits.
But we go to the one in Florida. My waffle had chocolate in it, or what looked like chocolate. I'm pretty sure it was burnt.
Maybe they made it after that kid behind you got chocolate chip waffle, and that was burnt chocolate.
Those Europeans behind us had no idea. The lady had to, explain how to eat hash browns to him.
Well, the guy was driving a $150,000 C8 Corvette, and he chose. Well, we saw the crappy hotel he pulled out.
Yeah, $39.99 a night.
Why would you stay there?
He rented the car.
You think he rented it?
Yeah. They were from another country.
They were, but why did he rev the car up so it shattered the windows in the Waffle House driving in the parking lot? You're at the Waffle House, dude.
He was trying to impress Florida woman.
You know, I'm never really impressed with Waffle House, but that one. That I know what I'm expecting at Waffle House, a plain waffle.
I don't think all Florida natives
you think they just
are shot out, though.
You think?
Not all of them. I've got family in Florida, and they're not shot out. No. No, I mean, they're friends with some shot out people, I'm sure. So I would say it's probably it's a good 85% of Florida natives are probably shot out. But my cousin you've met down in Florida at work events.
Yeah.
Her and her husband. So they're not shot out.
Were they born in Florida?
Her husband was.
Huh.
Her stepdad was.
Wow.
And they're all normal. What I would call Georgia normal even.
Did you see that lady from the Circle K in front of our hotel that worked at the Circle K just talking to herself, smoking cigarettes, sitting in the ashtray?
She was wandering around.
Well, she sat her butt down in the big planter that they dumped sand in to put your cigarettes. She sat in the ashtray.
Well, I mean, nobody ever said she was smart. I wouldn't even buy a drink in that Circle K because I was scared of catching something.
Even a bottle drink?
Yeah, you never know.
You did come back empty-handed.
She get those bottle drinks and might lick the lid or something. I didn't want to go in there. I mean, it looked like they were being burglarized when we were getting gas, but I think that's just how it looks on a Saturday night. If you always look like you're being robbed, the cops are never going to show up to help you.
No, we walked to that Winn-Dixie, and that real fugly lady winked at me when I was buying the water, and she said, "Are you guys going to have a good time tonight?"
Yeah.
I didn't know what she meant.
We're going to throw down 12 waters.
Fresh water.
And party it up.
Yeah.
We're going to hang out with the soccer kid parents at the swimming pool and drink our water.
Jump out of our third floor window into the deep end of the pool.
Those soccer team, they were probably native. Florida native. It was the first time their kids had ever experienced a motel.
Their parents had no parental control, man. 3 a.m. they're running around crashing into walls.
I've never wanted to.
They're 9 years old.
Lose my crap on a kid as bad as I wanted to lose my crap on
the parents were louder than they were. I said, shut up!
Yeah, it was the worst experience for these kids. Like, everybody in the hotel complained, too. Because the next day, we're on the elevator with a dude complaining about the kids on the second floor. I'm complaining about the kids on the third floor, and we get down, the lady's like, "What about the kids on the first floor?" And then when I turned the key in to leave, the guy apologized to me, and he was apologizing to another guy, and I was like, "Yep, that's those same kids we had to deal with." He goes, "I'm so sorry. It ain't your fault, but it's the parents' fault." So all the parents of the soccer team spent the night out by the pool drinking beer while their kids ran up and down the hallway.
Luckily, we were at the track most of the time. We didn't hear it full time.
No, but when we got to the hotel room to sleep, it's like 1 a.m. We want to catch at least 3-4 hours of sleep, and you can't because you got some crackhead 9-year-old running down the hallway screaming like a banshee, like he just broke out of Yabba Dabba Doo Flintstone prison. I was ready to lose it, man.
Well, maybe their parents were giving them vodka with their Go-Go Pebble Puffs.
I think they're probably a really good soccer team.
It's like how I made up the name for a real cereal so we wouldn't get sued. Yeah. Go-Go Cocoa Puffs.
Go-Go Cocoa Puffs?
Yeah.
I like that. I think what it is they're definitely natives. They're part of the 15%. They're not part of the 15% of normalcy natives. They're part of the 85% of jacked up, screwed up in the head natives. So the kids were probably born addicted to meth.
Yeah, because it bubbles up through all those natural springs.
Yeah. And they're like permanently high on meth. That's why their soccer team's probably good. They're probably
you know the manatees that you see?
But that's why they were running down the hall like, because they're jacked up on meth from those meth
banging
springs.
on our wall.
Oh, yeah. We had the wall.
Good morning.
We had the wall right outside the elevator, and when they would exit the elevator, it's like they would run full force right into that wall, bounce off, and then run to their room. Some kid had a skateboard at one point going down. Now, I didn't hear that one. I was comatose to the world at that point, but Jamie got the luxury of being woke up by a skateboard kid at 3 a.m.
Yeah, we actually turned into Florida men while we were there. We dropped an F-bomb every other word.
It was horrible.
Man, I don't know what happened to us.
All right, so this is episode 48. Doing it for Jimmie Johnson. And I guess...
Doing it for JJ.
48 episodes, man. I can't believe it. Technically, we started this thing right after the 24 hours last year, but I think our official anniversary, what did I say it was, the 17th?
February 17th.
The night of the truck race, so we got to do something special that day. Something we haven't...
Go to Publix and get...
Something we haven't discussed.
Cupcakes.
Are we going to try to record the podcast next Monday? We're going to be on the road for
Let's do it completely wiped out after the Clash.
Sunday night?
Yeah, in the hotel. Because our brains are still going to be 3 hours back.
So that episode might be like shorter, or it would definitely won't be structured.
We can sleep until 10, 11 in our brains. Our brains will wake us up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're getting up at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Our brains will wake us up.
Yeah. It's going to be, I'm with you.
I mean, we'll be bagged out. They'll, if we, they find us at a park.
So let's say
in a
this.
tent, they'll probably ship us back.
We're going to record an episode.
Florida.
We're going to record an episode next week. It might be a little different.
It might be the funniest one you ever heard.
Yeah, it'll probably, we're just going to call it episode 49, completely off the rails and delirious.
We might have road rage after 2 days of roads.
We might have road rage after we get to New York City.
It might be explicit.
Not yours will be. Not only in Florida, though. We won't be in Florida. We'll be in LA.
This is how crazy.
Do you have LA man syndrome? Does that make you cuss when you're in LA?
I don't know. I haven't been in LA since
California seems like a state that would make you cuss.
As a conservative, yes.
Do we have to register to vote when we get there?
No, because I identify as a conservative. They don't want me to register to vote.
Well, that's what I mean. We don't even live there, but they might want us voting in their local elections. They might want us to put our name
If
down.
we register as Democrats.
Oh, okay. What if we register as...
Independent?
Yeah, unofficial, residents.
I don't think they want us there.
Are we like illegal aliens, kind of?
Yeah, I think we might get bussed. Since it's a liberal state, they might bus us to Texas or Florida.
So if our car breaks down...
our car does not have...
All we have to do is pretend that we're illegal immigrants, and they'll bus us back to Georgia for free on the federal government's dime.
But we don't bus people out of Georgia. I think they're going to send us to Texas or Florida.
Okay.
I think that's where we're going to end up.
Well, we can get to Florida. We can probably get an Uber back home.
And have you ever watched, when I was a kid...
If we get to Texas, we can fly home because everything
Right
flies
still
out.
Going? Price is Right. Does that still go on TV? I'm usually working, so I don't get to watch it.
I feel like it is. It's probably right before Oprah.
Remember they used to say...
right after Dr. Phil.
They had fine print. If you win a car on The Price is Right and you live in California, you will have California emissions.
And it causes cancer.
Our Prius does not have California emissions.
The water in California causes cancer if you live in California?
Everything. I've seen just random things.
I'm thinking...
Causes cancer in California.
I'm thinking we're coming home with cancer.
We might cause cancer in California once we get there.
So apparently, while we were on the road last night, the NFL had some issues, we'll say. The referees, I showed Jamie the video earlier.
I haven't seen any news since.
If you watched the Bengals and the Bengals and the Chiefs game last night, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These refs were sleeping, apparently. They missed every call that they should have made, and then made calls they shouldn't have made. They were clearly in favor of the Chiefs. So in my mind, it raises a pretty good question. So the average NFL referee makes $205,000 a year. Sounds pretty good, right? I would say so.
Sounds kind of cheap compared to what the players and the coaches make, though.
Well, when the NFL has a $2 billion betting industry going on, I would think you'd want to pay your refs a little more, considering basically they control the outcome of the game.
Well, maybe that's why it was so weird yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
MGM said, hey,
well, think about
Reffy
this way.
boy.
How far of a stretch is it to think that some guy
here's $1 million
makes a bet and says, you know what, this bet, if goes my way, I'm going to make $200 million off of this. I'll give you $20 million to make these calls. If at $205,000 a year, if somebody offered a ref $220 million, he'll never make that in his lifetime at $205,000 a year as a referee.
I think it's rigged like politics, man.
Well, I think all sports are rigged. I think baseball.
I mean, look at NASCAR with the debris on the track.
Yeah.
Remember 5 years ago? Oh no, we need to bunch them together. I see a pebble.
Or the rain.
Throw the flag.
Rain cautions when there's no rain. No cautions when there is rain.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all sports are.
We need a wreck.
All sports, in my opinion, all sports are rigged for entertainment purposes. I don't know that I'm not okay with that, because I'm entertained when I watch college football. I'm entertained. I think college football is rigged. I think you have referees who can rig things.
Championship game, Bulldogs versus TCU. There couldn't be enough rigging.
They didn't have to rig it.
No,
it was already screwed up from the beginning.
No, it was like a high school team playing Tom Brady with the Patriots 15 years ago.
Yeah, or a middle school team.
Yeah,
it was pretty.
Pop Warner playing
exactly
the NFL.
Anybody.
Yeah,
even the Browns.
Oh, do they still play in the NFL?
They might have been demoted to a college team. I'm not
like soccer.
I'm not 100%.
You're demoted.
Sure. Yeah,
you're not in the big leagues anymore because you didn't win enough.
Well, they just send you to Florida.
To a soccer tournament with 9-year-olds.
I'm pretty sure though that there was something funny about it. Like if the calls that they missed would have went in favor of both teams, or the calls that they made would have went in favor of both teams, if they would have evened out over the course of the game.
Now, why didn't the refs huddle up and say we owe the Bangles a few more?
Because they were getting paid by the Chiefs fans.
Or were they getting paid by MGM Bets? Or what's that other one? Betting Kings? DraftKings.
I don't think those guys are into rigging it. I'm not saying MGM rigged it. I'm saying Jethro, who bought some tickets from the MGM to gamble, he offered $20 million to a ref.
You mean that redneck dude down in Texas that owns a few oil wells? Jethro? No. That Jethro?
No, the other one.
In California, that owns some oil wells? Florida Jethro.
Yeah, he don't own oil wells.
Oh, the one that lived in Astor.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you sure it wasn't Astor?
What was that?
Or were those double wides too expensive?
He lived in Hialeah.
Hialeah, Georgia.
Yeah, and then he moved to Astro, down to the Astro.
To be a swamp buggy boy?
Well, he was going to run the Wilderness Lodge down there. There's more campgrounds in Florida than trailer parks in Mississippi.
Well, there's a lot of trailer parks in Florida, too.
Well, those are campgrounds.
Oh, you just never move out.
Exactly.
It's like the Hotel California. Yeah. You can check in, but you can never leave.
That's basically Florida.
It pretty
Welcome
much
to the
is.
State of Florida.
How many times do we run into senior citizens doing 40 and a 65?
That's the other thing. The driving in Florida is friggin' crazy.
Horrible.
They're either driving 30 miles under the speed limit or 30 miles over it.
And they allow you to text and drive, apparently, because everybody we saw was texting.
Our little Prius, I think we hit 91 at one point, and it sounded like it was going to blow up.
Our gas mileage went from 46 to the gallon to 40.
It was insane.
What about that dude, that Florida man that had enough money to buy that brand new Silverado HD 2500 that I tried to bully with the front end of my Prius? He wasn't going to cotton to that. Did you notice that?
My wife might not let me ride with you in the car if we tell this story.
What, me trying to bully?
Jamie was going to merge in front of a $120,000 vehicle, and
I figured he
didn't blink.
He had more invested than I did.
Well, yeah, he didn't blink.
He came within millimeters of hitting the hood.
Yeah, we survived that one, though.
I just looked at Brad. Can you believe that dude didn't give in to us?
And I was shaking.
Brad's like, I can't believe he tried to bully that truck with this tiny car.
I'm like, I think I need to go back to the hotel and change my drawers now.
Is that what was stinking in that Dunkin' Donuts, or was that my bagel?
No, that was
my bagel.
When you did
that was what they were dumping in my bagel.
That's that Uber driver. When you were playing Uber driver last week, it was some of your riders I think you picked up. That's some leftover.
My dealers?
Well, either that or them Uber guys you picked up. But something smelled like crap.
I told them that Hardee's was nasty. I'm going to get some air fresheners.
Hardee's, man.
48 hours.
That's one. I wouldn't eat Hardee's.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Walmart.
What's the other place? Hardee's and Carl Jr.'s. That's like Hardee's cousin, owned by the same.
Yeah, they're owned by the same company.
And then they like about went bankrupt because the owner
crap on crap
would be a good idea to sell cheeseburgers on naked flight attendants or something. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
And like everybody,
Paris Hilton was on the ad.
Everybody got mad at him because of it.
Wasn't it Paris Hilton acting sexy, biting into a hamburger?
I don't think it was Paris Hilton, was it?
I don't think so.
It was some chick, and I know he got in trouble for it. And he lost his job over it.
What is sad is I stream everything and skip commercials.
You never even saw the commercial.
That freaking watching the race in the hotel room at 1 a.m.
Everything we watched with commercials.
Ads. I can't handle ads.
We watched like 3 shows at one time and forget to go back to other shows because
we forgot what we were watching.
We watched a lot of King of the Hill.
We watched Fast and Furious, which is because NBC cut from their main network to streaming only at like midnight or 1 a.m.
Stupid.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to watch it in the hotel if you cut streaming out?
What about NASCAR not even having food to last the 24-hour race?
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll get there. All right, let's jump into who buys this stuff. You ready?
Yeah, let's see if we're going to buy this.
All right, first item on the who buys this stuff is the Trap Tap, the world's simplest traffic indicator. Trap Tap is a light-up device that you can place on the dashboard in your car that will notify you of upcoming things you need to know about while driving. If the device blinks blue, that means that a police speed trap is up ahead. If it's blinking red, that means a red light camera or a school zone camera is up ahead. And if it blinks green, that means you're speeding over the limit and should probably slow down if you don't want to get a ticket. I think yours would have been over green, trying to catch that douchebag in the Mercedes pulling the Porsche.
Oh yeah, Mr. DB.
It'd have probably been screaming green.
What was wrong with that guy? Why would you got the money to buy an AMG SUV to tow your $400,000 Porsche, but you could have also bought a Cayenne for the same amount of money?
I think he did it just to piss you off.
I looked up the towing capacity.
About the same.
The Cayenne has more. So he blows $180,000 on that AMG. That guy pissed me. We were messing with him too.
Yeah, Jamie would pass him and then slow down.
I slammed on the brakes next to him after I passed him, and that's when he decided to do 110 towing his $500,000 Porsche with his $200,000 SUV.
We had to let him go because 91 was max speed in the Prius.
Yeah, but we left him in dust on 95. He should have been ashamed of himself.
He caught back up.
I think he got it. Chicken.
So the Trap Tap looks like a hockey puck, and you stick it on your dash. It works similar to how Google-owned GPS app Waze works. It relies on its users to spot speed traps and report them to the system.
So can you press the hockey puck to report it?
It says if you come across a speed trap and your device didn't blink blue, that means you're the first person to see it, so you're going to get a ticket, and this ain't going to help you. But you just simply tap the device 2 times to report the police speed trap, and others will be notified moving forward.
I got a question.
What?
So this is like social networking traffic, like Waze.
Correct.
But isn't the quality of this going to be based on how many subscribers there are?
Correct. So
what if you're the first one? You got nothing, no help.
Exactly.
Like in Florida, Waze was worthless because those senior citizens don't even have anything but flip phones.
So I think Google owns Waze, right? So Google should integrate Waze and Google Maps, integrate the same features into Google Maps as Waze. But Google should buy this product, the Trap Tap, and have it as an accessory.
That also sounds like something you would catch prostitutes with.
Trap Tap?
Yeah, haven't we We've read hotel reviews where it's a trap house.
We saw a trap tap on the side of the highway coming home from Florida.
Wasn't that Hyria too? Hyria?
No, it was before
Diarrhea?
It was before Hynerina. It was down there in Florida at the We Bear All Cafe.
Oh.
What was it? It wasn't Risque because they misspelled it. It was Cafe
Reggae.
Reggae or
Rickake.
Ricane.
So I hope it was
Risky.
really dark in there.
I think it was Cafe Risky because you're risking your life by walking in the door.
As dirty and nasty as the outdoors look, I hope the lights are off on the inside.
No lie. This strip club
It's in the middle of Tap.
It's right outside
Florida.
of Gainesville, Florida, in between Gainesville and Lakeland, Florida, on the side of 75. It's called Cafe Risk It All. And they had all-you-could-eat crab legs. And I think they had
Is that who's dancing naked? Crabs? You just grab the leg?
Maybe.
Stick $1 in it? In the crab?
Never been in there. Never plan on going. I wouldn't even get off at that exit just in case my car broke down. And I had to go ask for a phone.
Instead of all you can eat crabs, you should have said
all you can catch
naked women and all the crabs you can
all
catch.
You can catch crabs.
Yeah, you're all going to get crabs. Crabs for free.
So the Trap Tap is a 100% legal device. And although you may already use a navigation system or app on your smartphone that does similar things, this device is completely hands-free and gets your attention while you're still looking at the road. The only time you actually need to remove your hands from the steering wheel to use this device is when you are reporting something that hasn't already been reported. So Jamie, the Trap Tap cost $139. Wow. What are you on the Trap Tap? Are you a yes or are you going to be a no on the Trap Tap?
I already got ways, so I'm a no.
No?
No.
I think
there's potential there.
I think there is potential. I'm going to go no as well.
But if Google bought it, yeah.
So that's me. I'm thinking my only reason.
Do your suggestion.
My no is because I don't think you're going to have enough users to make this functionable. But if Google bought it, integrated it with Waze, and then you still put it on your dash, I do think it would be, I think it would be phenomenal then. And it would be easier for you to report speed traps and stuff on Waze by just tapping a button. You don't have to hit that little tiny dot in the far right-hand corner.
While you're...
Yeah. You don't have to risk your life to report Waze speeders now, or police. You can just tap the trap.
But seeing as though
Trap the tap.
The cost is so high. I mean, as we were cutting through Ormond Beach to go over to Ocala through the swamps, there were no people using Waze. I pointed out to Brad all the time, look, we're the only ones using Waze.
Maybe if you had this, old people would use Waze. It would be easier for them to operate.
You might need to get another phone. If just a warning to people that use AT&T and Verizon, their service sucks in Florida.
The whole state of Florida.
Just forget it.
The whole state. It was horrible. I think that's a T-Mobile state. It looks like a T-Mobile state.
I thought it looked like a Cricket state. Some prepaid. Mint Mobile.
Mint Mobile. T-Mobile at best. That would be like top of the line.
I mean, what was with those Florida men riding bikes? You think they got Deweys?
What Florida man riding bikes?
I saw a Florida man. He looked like the same guy, but there's no way he rode the bike that far.
Oh, they were
from Lake City all the way to...
They were homeless.
Do they all look the same, though?
Yeah.
It's a
requirement to be homeless in Florida. They send out a picture, and if you don't fit that image, you can't live in Florida.
I mean, you can basically draw a line from Daytona Beach all the way to the Gulf of Mexico, a straight line. Just south of Ocala, everything north of Ocala is more redneck than you've ever been to.
No doubt.
I mean, it makes Alabama look tame.
Yeah. It's not a bad thing. I'm sure there's some good rednecks out there in Florida. I got a cousin that lives in Florida. He's cool.
Okay.
He had a nutsack hanging from his tail.
I've never met someone that's actually from Florida.
He had the brass nuts hanging from his hitch of his truck, of his taco.
What if he just got like giant 1 inch?
He had nuts.
Real
nuts hanging from his taco.
He had his nuts hanging from a taco before it was cool?
Yep.
It's not cool anymore, is it?
Joe Dirt. Had Joe Dirt on the back window of his truck.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So it was a 1989 taco?
Oh, it was old school taco.
Rusted out.
Dude, we put that taco in some sand holes. I like to call them mud holes, but they don't really have mud in Florida. So it's like wet sand holes.
You know, I figured out.
Do you call it quicksand bogging then?
I don't know. I figured out why all those cars were rusted, though.
From the sand. in the salt spray.
No, if you would have gotten up and looked out early, you would have seen the natives at our hotel. They're licking the sheet metal on their car before they drive off. I don't know why. Maybe it's good luck.
I think it's to get the salt off.
Oh, so free salt?
Yeah. That don't make sense, though. Be nasty.
I don't know why they were licking, or were they that maybe?
You should have woke me up. Like
Maybe it wasn't their cars.
You should have woke me up and been like, look, these homeless people are licking random cars. Did they lick your car?
Well, I thought maybe I had too much Fireball and was seeing things.
Maybe. All right, you ready for the second item?
Second item, let's go.
The second item is the onesie sleeping bag. This is a legit sleeping bag that is a onesie as well. So it's a sleeping bag with legs and arms. Basically, it looks like that jacket from the Christmas Story. You know, the kid on the Christmas Story that waddles around like we did at the 24 hours last year?
Stuck his tongue on the telephone pole?
No, the little brother.
Oh, yeah, his little brother.
He looked like that guy.
Oh, yeah,
with the red sleeping bag on. So this looks just like what he wore. It looks like a snowsuit they're calling a sleeping bag, don't it?
That seems very expensive for such a thing.
So the onesie sleeping bag, I saw these on Amazon.
What are they rated for, like in temperature?
Cold temperatures.
Just cold?
Yeah.
It's made in China, isn't it?
That's what it said. Oh,
cold, yeah.
Cold.
For cold.
For cold temperatures.
Yeah.
So it says there are two kinds of people in this world. There are those that love camping and sleeping on the ground, and there are those that just hate it. Those that hate camping in tents may enjoy one of these.
Did you say tits? Camping in tits?
Tents.
Tents. Oh, I thought you said camping in tits.
No, you may enjoy one of these with a tent cot. I said cot, C-O-T.
Oh, I thought you said the other thing
tent,
too.
T-E-N-T, and cot, C-O-T.
Did you notice our buddies there in the infield?
Which buddies?
The people we knew.
Oh, yeah. Your cousins?
Yeah, they
had cots to keep them off the ground.
Did you notice the whole campground? Not just there. It was just a sausage fest, dude.
It was pretty.
There was no tent camping.
No, there wasn't, was there? A lot of cot camping.
Like tent camping, but not tent camping.
Well, this says that those that hate camping in tents may...
Okay, dude. See, that's what you're saying. I did not see that in Florida.
But for those willing to stick it out on the ground, perhaps it's time to invest in a sleeping bag with legs. It essentially lets you wear your sleeping bag like a piece of clothing with legs and arm pieces. What happens when you're camping and you want to get up and walk around, but it's cold out? Well, you just stand up in your sleeping bag and start hopping around, or you can wear one of these. I wouldn't wear one of these, man. Look, it's got...
What is with the yellow dude? He looks like the guy...
Bumblebee from Transformers.
Oh, I got it now. He kind of looks like... There was a guy at the 24-hour Daytona at the merchandise area.
Just like a banana.
Like a banana.
Yeah,
what makes you decide you're going to be a banana? He could have bought that instead. Probably been cheaper than his banana costume.
If his name was Johnny Bananas, I'd understand, but this lady looks like Sasquatch. She has no armholes. Maybe she's armless.
She got the option. It's an option. Probably,
arms are optional.
$50 option.
So this sleeping bag with legs is perfect for walking, running, or crossing your legs, all while sleeping. It's especially great for when you have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. Now you never have to leave the...
Do you have a zipper hole for peeing your sleeping bag?
No, then you just pee in the bag. You probably have to get one of those tube things like we've seen for the car ride. To run out the side of your pocket.
The funnel?
The sleeping bag pocket hole. And then you can just pee in the grass.
What if you dribble on your sleeping bag?
So the sleeping bag with legs and arms comes in sizes ranging from small to extra large to fit almost any size human. It's warm enough and adjustable enough to use in all year camping. And it's even weather resistant with a DWR coating to keep out any moisture that comes in contact while you're wearing it.
I got an improvement for this.
It comes with booties to cover your shoes or your feet. Or you can take it off and walk around barefoot. I mean,
they need to put a zipper where your belly button is that goes all the way through your legs up to your butt crack. So you can go to the bathroom in it.
Maybe they just put a zipper all the way around the waist like a belt and you just unzip it and then pull them down. Then you can pee or poop. Or if you're a female wearing this, you can still pee and poop.
Well, that's why if you went from your belly button all the way through your legs up to your butt crack, it'd be unisexual.
Yeah, but that's going to be hard not to make a mess if it just goes all...
Is that even a word, unisexual?
Probably.
That's like a unicycle?
Yeah, but sexual. It's a sexual unicycle.
Does that mean you love no one?
You love in a circle with one seat. It's a one-seater.
And you pedal backwards.
It's a one-seated love circle.
So you can pedal backwards in it. You know, I used to ride a unicycle.
Okay. Did that make you a unisexual?
Probably.
Unisexual is somebody who only has sex with herself.
Well, yeah, at the time that I was riding it,
Uno.
I was a unisexual.
Maybe it's unosexual.
I was a unisexual, I guess.
Unosexual is what it is.
No one would have sex with me.
All right. This item is $239. Jamie, are you a yes or a no?
That's too expensive, man.
I know. I knew you were a no when I put it on here. If it was like $15, you'd still be a no, though.
Well, I spent $19 for the sleeping bag that I slept in at the Best Western.
It felt like
it might have been clean. Did you pull back the sheets to see?
I did, and it looked clean, but at that point I figured, why mess up the sheets?
No pubes, no blood, no semen, no pee.
No dead bodies either.
I didn't see any bugs running around.
0 bugs.
Yeah.
No roaches.
My feet were not black after I showered either.
No.
Which reportedly happens quite often at these hotels.
Well, that's that sand, that black sand in Florida. That's in middle Florida, has black sand.
Huh.
It gets white. It's the sun gets brighter towards the edges of Florida and bleaches the sand from dark sand to light sand.
You know, we went to Daytona Beach and did not see the ocean at all.
Yeah, I know.
Not at all. I saw the hotels from the track that were at the ocean.
We got to see the ocean in LA. All right.
Well, we have to. Our stop destination is the Portofino Inn.
On the ocean?
On the ocean.
Okay. So the last item is the inflatable backseat car bed. I actually think this is a
almost
cool
need this one.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Can we get it in time?
I don't know. Let me try.
It's not that expensive either.
It's $50. It has things on it so it'll hold you up from your floorboard. It goes down, it fills in your floorboard, covers your seat, and it levels it out. So you're not laying down on your slanted back seat. But it looks like a pool float, basically.
It even has an opening for the back air conditioning vent.
Yeah, and it has a cover that'll cover that if need be.
We don't even need to get hotels, dude.
I'm not sleeping in the back seat of the car.
We could park in the Red Ball garage and sleep in it.
Where are we both sleeping in that?
Where someone's going to have to go to the hatchback.
Oh, yeah, you do have a hatch.
Yeah.
But
you could open it up.
You're going to get your jackets out of the hatch? They have an option for a minivan that fills, this would be the top of it here. In between the seats would be the top, and it stretches all the way down.
You could do 2 of those in your Suburban.
Oh, yeah. We can camp out in the Suburban for a month and with one of these.
Yeah.
So the back seat car bed is an inflatable mattress that you can fit perfectly into the back seat of your car and sleep comfortably instead of sleeping on a small amount of room the back seat of your car usually provides. Perfect for use with long car trips where you can quickly take a nap when you're tired behind the wheel. You can also use the inflatable backseat car bed for while camping, sleeping off the booze, in lieu of driving while inebriated or more.
Can you get a DUI if you're running your car to stay warm and sleeping in the back seat, drunk?
I'm pretty sure the cop would let you go. Just like, hey,
not in Clayton County, though.
Probably not. But
what about in Florida?
Probably.
Volusia County?
I think the cops keep these in their back seats, so when they're drunk,
that'd be something to have to go to the infield 24-hour.
Yeah.
Because your car will make it quieter with the door shut with those cars going by constantly for a day.
So there's a few different versions of the inflatable car seat bed.
That was like a queen size.
You just need to check which one best fits your car. So they have them for like SUV, Suburbans, smaller cars, bigger cars. They have double-sided ones, one that sleep 2 people, ones that sleep 1 person. Like, I want to know how big the car is for this little person to fit in it, but because she looks tiny compared to...
She looks like a 9-year-old. She's in the Prius.
Yeah, but look how big the seats are. You can tell they pasted.
Hold it.
They added her in.
Was that a Nissan symbol on the...
No, that's a BMW symbol.
Oh, 300 series?
Probably.
I don't know why. According to the race yesterday,
yeah,
I don't know why you'd buy a BMW.
To sleep in the back.
I'm questioning whether I like Porsche or not anymore.
So you can choose between a slew of different colors for the backseat air mattress, and some of the versions come with inflatable pillows, so you don't have to worry about keeping up with your pillows. All you'll need to do is bring a blanket. so you don't get cold. The thing about these inflatable airbeds for the back seat of your car is they have pillars that go all the way down in the back seat, so you'll have full support when you're sleeping over the floor. Yeah. So when you lay over the footwell, instead of your cushion falling into the footwell, it actually holds up. That's what I think is ingenious about this.
I'm going to buy one.
I think it's. I
don't know if it will make it in time. It won't.
Some of the versions also have inflatable wall that pops up to fill the gap between the front seats as well.
So you can.
Well, that's this thing here that covers the air vents. My mom's an Amazon Prime member. I'll go on her account because she gets free 2-day shipping and see if we can have this here by Wednesday. If we can, we'll buy it. This would be good when you're driving. I could jump in the back, catch a couple hours of sleep. When I'm driving, you can jump in the back.
Gas station.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the 24-hour Daytona. Switching drivers every gas stop.
Yeah, even if you don't sleep on it while you're in the back there. You can just lay down and stretch out and rest. All right, I'll check and see if we can get one here in time. So I guess you know our answer if we're a yes or a no on this thing. We've already given that answer. So Jamie, are you a yes or you a no?
I'm a yes. I would rather do that than a Wyndham.
The only thing is, it's not a two-person thing.
Well, I'm not going to ask you to sleep next to me.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're going to have to drive if I'm sleeping.
Exactly. So it's not better than a win. It is better than a win. Actually, both of us in our own sleeping
better
bags.
Than an OYO.
Dude, we saw
that one in
that was in
Georgia.
We saw the
Valdosta.
Sketchiest OYO I've ever seen in my life in Valdosta. First off,
I thought it was a broken down container.
It was like an old shipping container that was half sunken in a sinkhole, and the other half up on the gravel, and this is right by the OYO sign. So we look at OYO and it's a shipping container and it's like vacancy available. Like, no, not sleeping. But then you see the OYO over behind the gas station a half a mile away. The shipping container, no lie, looked cleaner and safer than the actual
I'm not
OYO.
sure that OYO was open. There was broken windows and doors open.
Dude, they had a maid cart.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And they were cleaning the window.
They were cleaning the cart?
They were cleaning a room that had plywood over the window. Plywood had busted the window, and they were cleaning the cart.
Did they start OYO just to get those people at Wyndham kicked out?
Yeah, it was oh no. And then they're like, well, nobody stay at oh no. So we'll change it to OYO.
OYO!
Yeah.
Yo!
OYO is basically a Wyndham reject. There's nothing lower than an OYO.
I think we need to start a hotel franchise.
Well, it's going to be lower.
For the rejects.
For the OYO rejects?
I think we can compete with OYO.
What are we going to call it? Oh, no. Yo-yo?
Top shelf.
Yeah. We'll just make it sound great.
Yeah.
4-star diamond top shelf hotels and have nothing but days in.
We'll call it rated great on Google, even though we won't be.
Rate us.
Rate us on Google, hotels.com.
I think it could work, because once OYO kicks you out, where do you go?
If we can convince people that bed bugs are an accessory, not a pest.
Well, it's like a petting zoo. Come see our bed bugs. We have bed bugs like you wouldn't believe. Come see our bed bugs.
Or we could say...
It's like those signs that say baby gators sold here.
Yeah, everywhere.
Bed bugs sold here. They sell a lot of gators in Florida. We saw baby gators sell everywhere.
Brandon Hotel. We encourage bed bugs. That could be our motto. We really are that gross.
Guaranteed. Bed bugs guaranteed. Bed bugs.
1-star guarantee, because you can't rate lower than 0.
That's right.
Or 1.
Could be blood, could be semen. Who knows?
Yeah.
You never know.
We'll even put signs in the doors before you walk into your grossed out room where it says,
beware.
Clean at your own risk.
Put a sign under the bed that says, yes, we did not clean here either.
We'll give them that bug spray you buy that you shake, the bug bombs.
Yeah, you give them a bug bomb.
They can fog the room. Hey, fog the room, go do something for an hour before you come back. And when you come back, turn the air conditioner on or you'll die. But there will be no bed bugs.
We can't say will die because you still might die.
It does cause cancer in California.
You will need a penicillin shot after staying here.
Yeah.
You can say you caught crabs here because you really could catch crabs here.
How about a nice looking mother that says, You can stay at the Golden 5-star Resort
and Grill.
And if you want to rent by the hour, we're okay with it.
We rent by the half hour.
Clean.
We do.
Oh, I can't even say that.
We do 10-minute rentals.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. We meet your needs. Whatever your needs may be, Florida man, we got you covered. And we can only open in Florida.
And exchange your syringes for clean ones at the lobby.
Well, they already do that in New York
We could
City.
hire, what was her name? Marla? From the Beach House Inn? Marlo.
Yeah.
With the Gold's Gym fingerless gloves.
Just to come do security?
Yeah, 80-pound, 4'9".
Yeah.
Marla.
I hope she didn't get sucked into the beach.
No, you know what? She's like something you need to stop. Just a tourist attraction.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look at her through the glass like you do at the cages at the zoo. Look at the methed out 49-year-old.
Come to Florida and see
She's actually 23, but she looks like
see our meth woman.
A bagged out 49-year-old white lady.
See our meth woman in Florida.
With tight bicycle latex pants and her Gold's Gym gloves.
All right, let's jump on to NASCAR, racing, sports, and other random news.
Hey, that's what started our show, NASCAR.
And sports.
And George Santos. Congressman George.
And other random news.
Don't confuse any other George Santos with our George Santos.
So Denny Hamlin has come out and said that he actually hates the fact that Jimmie Johnson's making his return to NASCAR. Denny said he came up in the Jimmie Johnson era where he would have probably won a championship if Jimmie Johnson wouldn't have won them all. But he says he is not a fan of Jimmie Johnson coming back because he's coming back in subpar equipment that could tarnish his reputation and legacy that Jimmie's built. He said Jimmie's already done and accomplished everything. Why? Why do this?
All right, because we met Denny, he was nice to us. I like Denny.
I agree with Denny.
I disagree with Denny. He's won 7 championships. He can do whatever the hell he wants to.
I agree with that too.
Because he ranks there with Petty and with Earnhardt.
Richard Petty and Darrell Waltrip both should have retired 3 to 4 years before they did. It was embarrassing watching Richard Petty get champion provisionals every week at qualifying because he couldn't make the race.
So?
Darrell Waltrip did the same thing.
Do you remember that now, though? He's still 7-time champion.
Yes, I remember that because I saw them.
Block it from your memory.
You can't. I think my opinion is I don't want to see Superman walking around on a cane, okay? It's just not cool.
Let's just call...
You don't want to see Batman in a wheelchair.
Let's just call doo-doo a shit. Petty ain't been worth a shit since he retired. Actually, what? His last Daytona 500 win. That was the last time Petty was worth a shit. The team.
Okay.
Until last year.
Okay, I agree. But...
What's that? 30 years of poop?
But I'm still saying, I agree with... I don't mind Jimmie coming back.
This is coming from a guy that has no championships.
I agree, but...
he's critical of someone with 7? Come on, Denny.
Don't go out
I
and
love
make
you,
a fool
Denny.
of yourself. That's all
I
I'm
love
saying.
you, Denny, but you made a fool of yourself last year.
One more year in Indy, Jimmie Johnson was going to be making a fool of himself if he didn't go out and win. So why come back to NASCAR? What if he don't qualify for the 500?
Okay.
Do you not see that as a bad thing?
You don't think
that's bad? That's
you
a
don't
bad
think
look
him
for
coming to the motorcycle
7-time
club?
champion not qualifying for the motorcycle club for the Daytona 500 is a bad look.
You don't think he's going to bring up a subpar team and make them a dominant team?
No. Not right away.
Not personally.
Not right away either.
I think he's going to make the changes he needs to make them a premier team.
Yes, but not right away. So if he comes out
he's not going to be the one doing it behind the wheel.
He's not going to go out there and jump in the 84 and run like he did in the 48.
I think he knows that.
I'm sure he does, but why? That's what Denny Hamlin's saying. Why go out there? You have nothing left to prove, nothing left to accomplish, nothing left to do in this sport that you haven't already done. Why go out there and run around as a backmarker team? Why go out there and your only competition be Cody Shane Ware? Why? Why draft with BJ McLeod all day? So, you're Jimmie Johnson, 7-time NASCAR champion who's won every important race under the sun. Why go out there and run around the back?
Because he likes being competitive.
But he's not competitive.
We don't know. We haven't seen him race yet.
Who's he competitive against? Rick Ware?
All right.
Now, if
I don't like to gamble, but $5, pinky swear, Jimmie Johnson top 20.
All right, I'll take
Daytona 500.
I'll take 20 and back.
All right.
There's no way. Not in that car. There's too many other drivers who are currently experienced.
Eric
in the
Jones was competitive last year. At the last half of the season.
Yeah, and he had all season to get good. Jimmie Johnson's only tested at Phoenix in this car. I just don't think.
You can poke one eye out at Jimmie Johnson, he's going to finish top 20.
All right.
With an eye patch like that cool-ass congressman that's not George Santos.
If it was Dale Jr.
What's the eye patch pirate congressman?
Crenshaw.
Yeah, Pirate Crenshaw.
Dan Crenshaw.
He's a badass.
He's cool.
Yeah.
Isn't he a SEAL? Wasn't he a Navy SEAL?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's cool.
Until he lost his eye, and then he became
congressman.
A beaver.
He's cool. I like him.
Or he become a prairie dog.
A beaver.
Isn't that like under SEALs? Like if you can't be a SEAL anymore, you become a prairie dog? It's special forces.
Well, they didn't fire him.
It's less forces.
Once a SEAL, always a SEAL, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but you get slow, a little dirt behind the ears. You become
an old SEAL.
A river otter.
You're still...
I think that's what they call it, the otters.
You're still a SEAL.
You get the motor. You can claim the SEAL, and you can do that pitchfork that goes underwater. Trident. That's what it's called. You can wear that for life, but you become a river otter.
No.
He's a river otter now.
I refuse to call him that because in my mind, he is still a Navy SEAL.
But just like we're ragging on Denny, I like Denny. He's won every race. He just ain't won a championship.
Denny's a race car driver, not a Navy SEAL, though.
Well, it's a comparison, though, Brad.
It's not even
a comparison.
It's a bad one. That's like comparing Oyo and Hilton.
But I'm comparing Jimmie Johnson to badass congressman with a patch on his eye. Pirate guy.
Jimmie Johnson's not a Navy SEAL either.
But Jimmie Johnson?
What's cooler, Jimmie Johnson or Navy SEAL?
Jimmie Johnson.
Nah.
He ain't saved the world, but...
Crenshaw's cooler.
I don't know, man. He's for a congressman, and I hate Congress.
Man.
He's pretty badass. I give him Special Forces of Congress. Will that work for you?
That work.
Congressional Special Forces.
I'll go with that.
Okay.
So,
common sense, man.
Daytona International Speedway failed us miserably.
Shisho.
So let me tell you our problems I have with Daytona International Speedway.
Which one of your many problems?
There's no phone service, and the Wi-Fi they have doesn't work.
Sucks.
It's god awful hard.
It'll let you sign on, and then it doesn't work.
Yeah, they get your info, and then they never let you use it. So they have no phone service. They have no internet. Marcus Smith has figured out how to make sure my phone works at his track, but NASCAR does not care, people.
What about running out of food late Saturday when the race goes till 1:45 Sunday?
I don't think they ran out of food late Saturday.
They just closed down?
They ran out of food by dark on Saturday. They needed to run out of food.
We had to leave the racetrack to get coffee.
This was the nastiest cheap burger ever. It was a beef burger that was made out of garbage. It was horrible.
I think I had a fake meat hot dog.
There was no way it was real. The concession stands were not open at night. They were not open on Sunday. If they would have been open on Sunday, they wouldn't have had nothing in them.
No caffeine anywhere for a 24-hour race.
How are you going to have a 24-hour race overnight and fans in the stands? There was tons of people still in the stands at midnight. No coffee.
No coffee in the morning.
Last year when we were there, everything was spotless clean. This year, the track has decided to let homeless people live at the track in return that they clean the bathrooms. I don't know if you've seen a homeless person lately. They're not the cleanest people in the world.
They're peeing in their pants, and you're going to let them clean a bathroom.
That's how it looked. The bathrooms, the concourse, everything looked like Florida Man had just pissed everywhere. It was not clean. Overall, I give the facility the same rating I give the Beach House Inn, a 1.
They couldn't even find our tickets when we got there.
Marcus Smith in the troughed style bathrooms
is acceptable now.
Is way more acceptable than what we did. NASCAR
I had to wear goulashes to walk through the swamp of piss to get to the urinal. I thought maybe I should
the urinals were overflowing into the floor. It looked like a waterfall of piss.
I thought maybe I should just pee in the puddle.
NASCAR spent $400+ million remodeling Daytona International Speedway, and now it looks no better than Macon International Airport. It looks so run down.
Are you making fun of my airport?
I am making fun of
It's
your
not
airport.
international, though. It's regional.
You sure?
It only has one flight to one destination, D.C., because the base is there.
I thought it went to Atlanta.
They canceled that one.
It's too short.
They got an airline that takes commuter jets
12 minutes.
from Macon to Washington, D.C. because contractors at the Air Force Base can't fly on the Air Force jets.
Well, I mean, they're letting Florida Man do the cleaning now. It took them literally one solid year from last year to this year for that place to go from a 10 to a 2.
I wonder if Mike Helton wasn't paying attention. We saw him cruising around in that
Mini car.
London taxi cab.
They squeezed big old Mike into like a Mini Cooper in the front seat, and he was sitting sideways just to fit in it.
I guess he didn't notice these things.
They didn't take him up in the stands.
Oh, he went straight to a box.
Yeah. If they made these NASCAR people sit where we sat at and piss where we pissed at and have no coffee, no food, nothing all night, they would not be happy either.
I was even disappointed.
It's $130 a ticket, and you get shafted once you get inside there. They don't care. They got your money, and then they give you the middle finger.
What about the
Let's just make sure we never get media passes to NASCAR again. You guys suck at running a facility. Let's get it together.
What about the Porsche Club sucked this year, too?
Porsche sucked, period.
They didn't have drinks out. They didn't have coffee or water.
Last season, Pfaft won the championship.
Well, I'm talking about the Porsche Club of America.
I'm just talking about Porsche as a whole didn't show up this year. They ran around the back. They were getting passed by the pace car.
They flip-flopped with Mercedes. Mercedes sucked last year.
Pfaft Racing should be embarrassed at the showing that they put on. Porsche should be embarrassed at the showing they put on. And I'm a Porsche guy.
You're a certified Porsche YouTube mechanic.
Damn right I am.
Well, you've worked on them.
It's facts. All facts here, sir. So Porsche struggled in every aspect. I mean, they look good out there. It's dang good looking cars, but we got to see a lot of them because they drove by so slow.
Did they not tune them after last year?
Maybe.
And everyone else tuned them?
Everyone else got faster. I mean, wasn't the Porsche the only GDP car that did not finish the race?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of embarrassing, to be honest with you.
They got showed up.
I told you before we got there who was going to win the race.
Well, I'm a big Helio friend. I love Helio.
He's basically a sponsor for the show. He's like our mascot and doesn't know it.
But
he's our official.
Is he going to get a ride for the Daytona 500? He deserves a ride.
No, it's actually, so it was announced that Helio Castroneves will not be attempting to qualify for the Daytona 500 because he could not get a competitive ride. I think Helio could have got a ride, but it wasn't competitive. And he doesn't want to phone it home. He wants to go out there and actually be competitive.
He didn't want to race for Rick Ware.
He didn't want to run a Beer Motorsports car, maybe. Or a Rick Ware car. Rick Ware might do good.
I did some investigation into Rick Ware. First, we met Cody Ware. We liked him.
Yeah, and they were here this weekend.
Yeah.
Austin Cindric.
They're in IndyCar, NASCAR, and IMSA.
They're in everything.
The guy's a racer, dude. Might not win, but he's a racer.
I'm good with Rick Ware racing.
I'm a fan now.
Do you think, though, if he backed off some, maybe pulled out of Indy and dumped his Indy money into NASCAR, Cody would be better?
Yes.
So why not do that? Why not do NASCAR and IMSA?
I think he's come up. He's come up with a formula.
He's come up.
Yeah, he's come up with a formula to where he's profitable in every division he races.
No doubt he wouldn't do it if he wasn't profitable.
He makes money off of it.
Well,
where if you look at Rick Hendricks racing, they say they're losing money. But they are investing that money to win. They're okay with losing money with the race team.
As long as they're winning.
Right.
I don't think they're losing money.
I think Penske's the same way. They're not making money with the team, but they're willing to lose money because they have all these other profitable business, just like Stewart Haas.
So maybe that's why Hendricks is getting into IMSA with their Garage 56 Le Mans entry.
Could be.
So it was announced last week that 7-time NASCAR Cup Series champion who's tarnishing his reputation by riding in the 84 car is going to be...
BS.
I'd throw that in there for you.
BS flag.
Jimmie Johnson is going to be one of the drivers along with Mike
Is he going to tarnish his record at Le Mans?
What? No. No.
Because he's never been there.
Well, you didn't.
Hey, Denny, you haven't been there either.
You didn't want him to go. You wanted an active cup.
You're on my list again, Denny. I did. I wanted Kyle Larson.
So Jenson Button and Mike Rockefeller will share the role of the driver's seat role with Jimmie Johnson in the next gen Chevrolet in the Garage 56 Le Mans entry this year, actually, I guess 2023.
That's this year, actually. Yes,
it is actually. I'm glad we've established that it is 2023. So Tony Stewart's going to be in the broadcast booth for Fox for the Clash in LA and the Daytona 500. Hey, Tony, if you're listening, we're going to drive out to the Clash doing the Cannonball run. So if you want to interview us when we get there, we're open.
I'll freshen up with some deodorant and some mouthwash.
Yeah, I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay.
No charge.
And really, two idiots driving across the country on the Cannonball Run route to make it to LA for the Clash.
It's more interesting than the music.
That's way better than that talking watermelon seed they had on Fox.
Yeah.
I'm game. I'm willing to donate my time on Fox to tell about our ride.
Will you let them do a cartoon image of you?
No. That's a deal breaker.
We might not be on TV.
Dude, are they going to do those cartoon images again?
Yeah.
2 years I've suffered with that.
I hate those
insufferable images. Take the dang picture. I volunteer to take my iPhone out to LA while we're there.
Do a selfie?
I'll take a picture of every driver and send it to Fox. Then they don't even have to spend their time.
Are they going to let us out on the grid?
In the Prius?
Yeah, in the Prius.
Pull right out on the track.
I think we can go just fast.
If we can go 91 miles an hour, I think we'll be going just as fast as they're going on that little beat track.
We can't sustain it, though, man.
We probably could. We could Ross Chastain it. Will somebody Ross Chastain it around that track? I think they will. Not in the Prius, just during the race. Will somebody Ross Chastain it?
Yeah, Ross Chastain might try it.
Yeah, somebody's doing it there.
It's not a point race.
And it's a track where I could see it happening at. It's just the right shape. So, other news, Hurley has teamed up with NASCAR to bring a line of surfer clothing representing NASCAR in their 75th year. Noah Gregson's going to be one of the Hurley athletes this season.
Why don't they get the greatest Porsche driver ever, Hurley Haywood? This is his 50th anniversary of winning.
I've never heard of him. Why would you bring Hurley Haywood to NASCAR?
Why not?
You're trying to be hip by bringing Hurley in.
Hold it, and listen to how hip Hurley is.
I've never heard of him.
Hurley's gay.
Okay, your point.
He's a badass. If NASCAR wants to be accepted by everyone, like they've proven they want to be, bring Hurley Haywood in.
So you would get rid of this Hurley and bring that Hurley?
No. Combine the Hurleys.
No.
It'd be a Hurley Whirly.
Hurley Whirly?
Yeah.
No, I don't like it.
So the most
I like Hurley coming into NASCAR.
The biggest badass
my Hurley, not your Hurley,
of Daytona and Le Mans driving and Porsche driving.
What's that got to do with NASCAR?
Who is also gay?
What's that to do with NASCAR?
Has nothing to do with NASCAR.
So why bring him in?
Because he's Hurley Haywood.
So let me tell you how NASCAR sees that. This is how the Francis look at it.
You know how you see Jimmie Johnson as this badass driver?
The Francis are going to look at bringing Hurley Haywood in as a distraction from the Francis. They brought
Hurley Haywood. Hurley Haywood was at the race.
It doesn't matter. That's an IMSA thing, not a NASCAR thing.
NASCAR owns it. We need crossover, dude.
You're right. Maybe we can get Tanya Harding to come too.
No, Hurley Haywood.
Tanya Harding would be cheaper.
No, Hurley Haywood.
Well, let's cross over to ice skating, too, while we're at it. We're going to cross over.
Google Hurley. He's a badass.
I looked him up on the way home because you talked about him all the way there. So I had to look him up.
He's a badass.
I don't disagree with that. But
He's like
how is that going to
Dale Earnhardt Jr. of
How does that help promote NASCAR is what I'm getting at.
Crossover. No. They want to bring more fans.
Disagree.
They want to bring more fans.
Okay. So you're going to bring in an 85-year-old man? Who was relevant?
Did you see all the Euro trash people in IMSA who are from another country with their weird greasy hair and perfume?
At Waffle House having to have directions.
They're the same.
Florida woman had to explain to those Euro people how to eat hash browns.
They're the same people that go to F1. Let's bring them in.
All right.
Bring them into the fold.
I will let you bring your Hurley in because my Hurley's already in. I love the idea because I think NASCAR, their clothing brand line they currently have sucks. I like Hurley. I like the way Hurley clothes fit.
I like Hurley too.
I like the way they look.
I don't know how he fits, but he's a great driver.
Different Hurley.
How do you know? Maybe he started the clothing line.
No. Well, maybe he did. I don't know that.
Why wouldn't he?
So the 24-hour race.
George Santos told me he did.
The 61st Rolex 24 is in the books. Helio Castroneves, Simon Pagenaud, Tom Bloomquist, and Colin, what do you say, Braun? He said?
Brown.
Braun. Where's he from? What state?
I think he's German.
Okay. That makes sense then. So at Meyer-Shank Racing, they hold on to win the 61st and 21st Rolex back-to-back in an Acura, like I told Jamie. And I hate to be right.
I told you I wanted him to win. It was the other classes I wanted the FAF car to win.
We wanted Helio to win, but we wanted the Porsche to win and everything else. Right?
Right.
Okay. Actually, I wanted the Chevy to win in the GTD Pro Series. I was pulling for Jordan Taylor and Ronnie Sandstorm in the number 3
Jordan
Chevy.
Couldn't catch the Mercedes either.
No, but once the Mercedes got past the 3, it was over.
Done.
Now, that was a good race for a while. That's probably one of the better races at the end on the track other than the LMP2 series.
They were trading first place to second place, and then the cautions hit, and there was just not enough time.
No. I think the 3 was better on the long run than the Mercedes.
Probably, yeah.
And it just wasn't a long run with that late caution. So Harrison Burton and Zane Smith won the IMSA BMW Challenge on Friday with Ben Rhodes and Haley Deegan coming in third in that 4-hour race.
Congratulations.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, at least NASCAR showed up.
There wasn't enough NASCAR drivers this time, I thought.
Why do you think that is? I think it's because of the LA Clash.
That's what I think.
They need to be in LA.
Mm-hmm.
So they're already out there in LA for shooting promo stuff all week. Yep. Most of them are. So I think because of that,
and even with a private jet, that's a long ways to go.
Austin Cindric was the only Cup driver there. We picked one of our tallest Cup drivers to get in one of the smallest IMSA cars. He said he had black marks on his driver's suit from his gloves.
Wasn't he shifting his knee instead of the stick shift with the paddles? His knees were shifting gears.
Yeah, it was tight. He said it was extremely tight. He's 6'5", and his teammate was what, 4'5"?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jamie. If we are actually going to New York City.
Yeah, we are.
We're staying at the Best Western Plus. Where do we not want to stay at?
These trap houses.
Trap Tap?
Trap Tap. Actually, this is called the Bowery Grand. And I think if you look up the definition of Bowery, it means hood.
Bowel?
Bowery. Bowery.
Isn't there like a bowel movement?
Well, this hotel's like one. So, Aiden
Low.
Yeah, Low. From Google, gave it a 1 out of 5. He says it was nice on the outside. Then he says it was very bad on the inside. Mice were eating my food, and some dude named Mike wanted to eat the mice in my room and tried to sleep with me.
What?
Frowny face emoji. I saw him at night watching me when I slept. I ran to the people, whoever they are. Think they work there or just other people? And they said it's normal. Pretty weird. Also, my grandma died here, so I can understand why she died from a heart attack from Mike. So, if you look at the pictures of this, they've made...
Is this a hostel or a hotel?
It's a hotel.
Why is Mike watching them? Why is Mike in the room with them?
You could take the back car of the Prius.
Yeah.
Drop walls in the back seat. That's how wide these rooms are. And for a ceiling, they put chain link fencing, like a cage. There's no windows.
What does it cost a night to stay here?
There's one bathroom per floor.
What's it cost?
$39, which I thought was kind of expensive.
Yeah, for a cage?
Yeah.
For a dog kennel? Very bad on the inside.
Yeah.
Nice on the out. These are the nicest kennels on the outside I've ever seen. But on the inside, not so nice. Mice were eating my food, and some dude named Mike wanted to eat the mice.
I think Mike must live there permanently.
Mike probably owns it. I would have a problem with Mike watching me when I slept, though. But then again, I'm sleeping,
but,
so...
she ran to the people, whoever they are.
That's the people.
And they said it's normal. And then her grandma died there.
I think for $39 a night, you don't get workers, you get people. You just talk to whoever.
And if you look at the pictures at the Bowery Grand, it looks okay in the pictures.
Why wouldn't you start with my grandma died here? And why would you stay there if your grandma... This is Aiden's fault. 100% for staying there. If my grandmother died somewhere, I'm probably not going to go stay there.
I think this is, one step above from shooting up on the sidewalk at night.
Oh, okay. So this is like...
Literally, it looks like a wrestling cage fight.
This is Florida. This is Florida man in New York City.
This is Florida man before he gets a bus ticket on Greyhound.
Gotcha.
To Miami.
Mike Man.
Yeah, Mike Man.
All right, where are we going next?
We're going to the same place because Martin Gorse stayed there.
Okay.
And he gave it a 1 out of 5. He said, run, just run and don't look back. I've made some bad life choices. I'll be the first to admit, but letting my mate Ash, and he's from Australia, because I clicked on his name on the review.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you know how they say mate all the time. Good day, mate.
Good day, mate.
Good day, mate. Anyway, he let Ash book it into this place. Has to rank up there with the best of them. Let's start with the positives. There are none. I know a word or three, but I struggle to describe this place in more erudite fashion than utterly horrible. I'm not sure what erudite... Isn't that a crystal you mine out of caves to make flat screen TVs? Erudite?
No, it's cobalt.
It's not erudite. Is erudite on the chemical chart? What do they call that thing?
The period table.
Periodic.
Well, periodically it ends up on there.
I think periodically they change it and they add.
That's why they call it the periodic table, because it changes. That's why I used to tell my teachers all the time.
Or is that from the fashion district in New York? Because it says erudite fashion.
There's two things dyslexics really, 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 really struggle with. 2 letters, as in the periodic table, screwed me up. And
erudite.
Algebra was an issue, and the periodic table was an issue. You give me 2 letters, I'm going to see them backwards every single time.
Well, he goes on to say, I suppose if you're an aficionado of interesting stains, then this is a place may hold some appeal to you.
Heck yeah.
Additionally, if you like bedrooms without floor to ceiling walls and a wire mesh roof, there it is, the cage fight, above your tiny cubicle cell, then it's probably a perk. Personally, I'm not that keen on hearing every other person staying on my floor sneeze and make other bodily noises. But different strokes and all that. I'm not a fussy traveler. I do prefer a bathroom where I go in and get cleaner rather than dirtier. Look, I don't like writing negative reviews, but there is honestly no justification for how unpleasant this place is. None. Actually, I've just thought of a positive. The place is so dreadful that I was inspired to get the hell out of there as early as possible each morning, so I probably saw more of New York as a result. Don't be like Ash. Don't do this to yourself. Run.
You think he's giving his buddy Ash just a hard time here, or you think he's really mad at Ash?
Well,
if he caught an incurable disease, he's mad at Ash for life. But if it's just Ash... I think he's screwing with Ash.
I think Ash is an Australian mate that moved to New York.
This would be like me writing a review for the Beach House Inn and be like, don't be like Jamie.
Read the reviews.
Read the reviews.
We read the reviews now.
Hey.
Our hotel stays have improved dramatically.
Thanks to the Beach House Inn, we now read reviews.
So that's the only positive thing we can say about the Beach House Inn, too. So we also have the New World Hotel.
Right.
Gary Jackson Jr.
Is he from Jackson and Hewitt?
Well, Michael Jackson is a relative. Somewhere.
You don't think he's from Jackson Hewitt?
He could be.
He could.
You think Stonewall Jackson was his great-great-grandfather?
I'm sure.
Before he became an accountant?
Definitely.
After the Civil War?
Probably.
Do you know, we have a listener that DM'd me on Twitter and said that Stonewall Jackson died in the Civil War. He could not have started Jackson Hewitt. You know what I told him?
He's wrong.
Don't let the facts get in the way. I told him. I DM'd him back. I said, you're concentrating too much on the facts.
This is not a factual podcast.
No.
We've established that for like 48 episodes.
And you know what? I even said, if you listen to our next episode, it was before we put last week's out, I told him, we're endorsing George Santos. Are we the kind of people you should listen to?
For facts, no.
No, but for entertainment, yes.
I mean, we lace our facts with
I would like to have... Do you think he would be a guest on our show?
George Santos?
Yeah. Congressman George Santos from...
We're about to be up there. I mean, maybe we can hit him up. Maybe we can get an interview in Thursday night. You want me to DM him? See on Twitter?
Let's see if we can, for our next show, find a truth indicator on Amazon.
Does he have an office?
Yeah.
In New York City?
Well, every congressman's supposed to have one in their district, one office, and their office at the Capitol.
So we need to go by his office in New York and take a picture. That can be our new podcast artwork, is me and you in front of the George Santos office.
We need to see if we can catch him in a lie if he'll do a Zoom meeting with us.
It's going to be cold, too, when we get there.
Well, I'm going to bring my big, heavy jacket.
All right, so what did Gary Jackson Jr. have to say about the New World Order?
No, it's the New World Hotel.
Okay.
You know it's nicer because it's a hotel, not a motel.
Well, it says new, so it's got to be new.
Well, it's the New World. We are the world.
The New World.
We are the children.
Of the New World.
Of the New World. So anyway, he gave it a 1 out of 5 on Google. And he says, so read a lot of reviews, and it's been since 2016, but I go to look to see if this place is still standing. And it is. Smack my head. Everything was dirty. No exaggeration. Dirty.
With a capital D-I-R-T-Y.
Yeah. Dirty.
With a capital D-I-R-T-Y.
Yeah. Dirty. So anyway, he says, my floor shared one restroom with. But then he stopped, like he forgot to finish the sentence.
Well, he was probably staying at the other hotel, the Bowel Movement Hotel, when he's writing this review.
Well, but the kicker was, I feel my room was definitely occupied by a dark spirit of energy. I experienced sleep paralysis for the first time while also seeing something entering my room. I was there 3 nights. Do you think he was stuck in his bed for 3 nights?
I think he was roofied by the hotel owner.
Mike?
By Mike. Who
also owns this hotel?
Mike roofied him, and that wasn't sleep paralysis. That was being roofied.
Oh, he goes further and says that happened the first night. I stayed awake the last 2. Never forget this experience. So I feel I should at least try to warn someone before they make the same mistake. More like a haunted hostel. FRFR. Is that some kind of emoji?
Furfur?
Furry people? What do they call those fuzzy people that get together?
Plushies?
Plushies. Yeah, they have conventions and they wear their outfits.
And plush up and rub up against each other?
Yeah, I saw that too on some HBO special.
I saw it on CSI.
I thought it was cool until that was happening.
I saw it on CSI.
That's just weird.
There was a murder at a plushie camp in CSI.
I remember that one.
Yeah, that's where I learned that was even a thing. And so, yeah, Gary Jackson Jr. was probably roofied and raped by Mike.
This is our second ghost. Remember the lady saw a lady ghost come out of her room?
Yeah, but I don't think he saw a ghost. I think he was roofied and raped by Mike.
But he thinks he did. Isn't that the same thing?
Well, he knows somebody was watching him at least. And Mike's already been accused of watching people sleep, so it's not a far stretch. It's more believable than his positive, negative energy spirit thing.
Well, the next one, the Sunbright Hotel, I picked this just because this lady's name reminded me of Harry Potter. Her name is Lucia Dagmar.
That definitely sounds like
Harry Potter name, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a character on Harry Potter.
Probably related to Malfoy.
That's what I was thinking.
What was his dad? Lucius? What was his dad's name?
Uh-huh.
So this is probably his sister. Lucia.
Yeah, Lucia Dagmar.
Yeah, Dagmar.
Uh-huh. She gave the Sunbright Hotel a 1 out of 5. She said this is 100% the worst hotel I've ever had the displeasure of staying. But she didn't fall into the trap.
Thank God.
I stepped into the room and could smell the obvious scent of feces. The bathrooms were reminiscent of a zombie flick. And within moments, the desk about it, they informed me that there was nothing they could do. And that I would simply have to deal with it.
What?
I don't know. She missed us.
I think you missed a line.
Oh, no, I copied the whole damn thing.
I think you jumped lines, though.
No, I didn't.
Where are you at?
Right here. When I contacted the desk about it.
She said the bathrooms were reminiscent of a zombie flick. Within moments of entering the room, spotted cockroaches scurrying across the floor.
Have you ever seen spotted cockroaches? No. I haven't.
She discovered a new species?
That's what it's saying.
Spotted cockroaches and Skittles?
Do they have freckles?
What color do you think their spots are?
I think they're like freckles on cockroaches.
They'd have to be white spots then.
if we had more time in New York, I want to go see I think they're orange spots.
Like a tiger.
She didn't have pictures.
Maybe it's a leopard cockroach.
I think it's a whole new form
Maybe the
of
cockroach has leprosy.
Well, this is the city that measures the poop to test the COVID.
Yeah.
So that's how they live in that COVID poop.
Well,
they got spots.
The homeless people in New York City, they do anal swabs to check you for COVID when you get there.
Do they get paid for it, or do they volunteer?
I think it's a volunteer-based job.
Ooh,
it's like giving blood.
Huh.
All right.
Well, anyway.
So when I contacted
they said there was nothing they could do, and that I would simply have to deal with it, and continue to act like they had a barbed wired wrap stick shoved up their rear end. Wow. Wasn't that on
Walking Dead?
Walking Dead.
Yeah. Well, she said zombie flick, so she's obviously a
Though
fan.
Who wouldn't be that way when forced to work in this pit of the abyss?
Well, they probably own it.
The first night was a horrendous experience, and I opted to, instead of sleep in bedbug-infested covers, play a game of cards against humanity with the cockroaches, as there were enough to make a small army. In fact, the cockroaches seemed to be friendlier than the staff, though they were equally as rude, choosing to help themselves to my food before I had the chance to finish it all. The walls were stained as though eons of sewage water were dripped through them. The rats in the walls also did not make my ability to sleep any better. All in all, this place felt restricting, and it was literally pulling the lifeblood from my veins. It was a vampire hotel. And giving it to some bedbug brood mother. Do not ever waste the money to stay here. I would thoroughly suggest another hotel that is actually pleasant.
Well, it was sucking the life out of her.
It was a zombie vampire.
It was literally pulling the life.
Spotted roach.
Well, it's like the Dementors in Harry Potter. So maybe these are Dementor cockroaches.
She could have stayed at the Dementor Hotel.
Well, maybe
she's a Dagmar.
That's true.
She is a Dagmar.
She was probably expecting that.
Isn't that a Dagmar is a half-possessed demon, right? Part human, part
pure
Dagmar.
Blood. It's definitely a pureblood, not a mudblood.
Yeah. Not a muggle? No muggles here?
Muggle's a human. I'm talking about mudblood. Like,
you don't think she's half muggle?
No.
You don't think so?
Nah.
She might be a Jedi, though.
Lucius wouldn't have married her if she was a mudblood. Remember, he's on pureblood. Right. The Malfoys were all about the purebloods.
That's right. That makes sense now.
What else we got?
Well, she hyphenated her name. Angela Bandelt Thompson.
Bandetto.
This
is like Antonio Banderas. Angela Bandelt.
She stayed at the red carpet in Brooklyn. So I've seen red carpets as we drive by on our trips.
I thought it was a Red Roof Inn.
Well, no, this is the rejects.
No.
They took the franchise from them.
This is when the roof's taken off and they put a mesh wire.
Carpet only. Yeah. The fight cage.
It was white carpet at first.
But Angela Bandelt Thompson, she gave it a 1 out of 5. She says, absolutely disgusting. For starters, the room seemed to have never been clean. The bed sheets seemed as though they may have been, but when I pulled back the bedspread, there were 2 condom wrappers. What's better than dirty condoms, right?
Yeah.
They at least flush those.
Yeah, at least I had a wrapper.
The nightstands and desks were covered with mold and filth. You know what?
That's
if
horrible.
you find condom wrappers under the sheets, it might not be mold.
I'm pretty sure green mold.
The toilet was actually not connected to anything. Oh, you could end up with a bowl of poo and dirty toilet paper. So if you tried to sit on it, you fell. You fell. What? Along with the toilet.
So it must have been thin.
It wasn't even attached.
He was a big dude.
Obviously, I tried to leave, but it was a Friday night, and the only other hotel available is $400 a night. Huh.
I would pay $400 a night before I would stay in this room.
$400, dude. I really did.
How much was this one?
Well, the front desk said they would refund my $140 when I gave them the keys, but I'd have to wait till morning.
Okay.
I'm not sleeping here, I said to myself. You probably should have told the workers, too. I didn't even want to put my bag down, so I noticed a cart full of clean sheets, and the hotel staff refused to give me extra sheets. I don't know why, but I got the feeling he thought I would steal them. I eventually grabbed 7 sheets Wow.
Took off running.
That's why he didn't want her to have any.
Why do
right?
you need 7?
You just need a set of sheets, not 7.
2 at the most.
Took every piece of linen out of the room. I used the sheets to cover the chairs and the floors and the bed, though I didn't sleep on it. After a while, I decided to shower, but then noticed the locks are broken off room's entrance. I ended up just sitting in the sheet-covered chair till morning, afraid to close my eyes. Upon morning, I went to the front desk, and again I was reassured I would get the refund when I handed in my keys. I gave them my keys, and I tell you, the devil came out of this man. The devil. This is the first Lucifer we've ever had.
Yeah.
The devil came out. Get out or I'm calling the police. Go ahead. Please call the police so I can tell them all about the drug use and prostitution I witnessed that you obviously promote and profit from.
So,
does that make this a real trap house?
Yeah.
Okay. In the end, I got nothing from it. Do not be fooled by your first glance. If this place, it just says F this place. It's a glorified crack house. Actually, she spelled HPUSE, a hoopussy. This is a glorified crack hoopussy.
Hoopussy.
I am currently in contact with the Department of Health to have them shut down.
They won't do nothing.
No, they won't, because we did that in Volusia County.
We talked to the department.
For the beach house.
They just apologized, but said it's a whole other department.
Man, they said, you know what? They charge a 22% hotel tax.
Yeah, they're good.
And they give it to us.
Yeah, we're good.
So they're awesome. You suck.
They weren't.
Go back home. You're not from Florida.
That's a problem, man.
That is.
All right, so we're going to L.A. for the Clash this weekend.
By way of New York City.
Yeah, we're
hoping.
Literally, we are going. But the Busch Clash, they're going to do single vehicle qualifying on Saturday.
We're going to miss that.
We're going to miss that. We'll have to check it out on the radio or something. Then they're going to run 4 heat races for qualifying for the lineup. So the 4 heat races will be 25 laps each. Only completed green flag laps will be counted towards the official race distance. Heat race lineups will be set by the qualifying on Saturday. Fastest qualifier gets the pole for Heat 1, second faster pole for Heat 2, third faster for 3, fourth fastest for Heat Race 4. And it says etc., but there's only 4, so that's kind of all. The top 5 from each race will advance through to the Clash. The remaining 5 finishing positions from each heat race will be put into the Last Chance Qualifier Race 1 and Last Chance Qualifier Race 2. There's going to be 2 Last Chance Qualifying races, 50 laps each. Only green flag laps will count on that,
God, there's more rules than the IMSA 24-hour Daytona.
Not really. There's going to be 4 qualifying heat races, 2 Last Chance Qualifying races. Only green flag laps count. Then you're going to have the Clash. The only difference between last year's Clash and this year's Clash is 27 drivers will compete in the main event versus 23. The 27th spot will be a champion provisional.
I'm so confused, but okay.
If you have a charter, you have to race in it.
Well, I'm just going to watch.
Does that not make sense to you?
It's too much.
So the top 3 from the Last Chance Qualifier.
You saw how I packed my suitcase. I'm not a detail person.
Jamie packs.
Brad folds his dirty clothes.
Jamie throws all his crap in a suitcase. None of it's folded. None of it's anything. How do you even know it's clean?
I don't. Because I had to work up until the second we left.
I brought more clothing than you, and it all fit in a smaller bag because I folded it.
I weren't going there.
But you fold it and put it in your suitcase.
I don't need fold clothes.
Does nobody fold clothes at your house?
Did you see how the people in the infield were dressed?
Some of them were dressed quite nice.
Oh, they were at the Porsche tent. They were wearing their deck shoes, their cravat. We're wearing cravats and navy blazers.
What's a cravat?
That's that weird tie I sent you a picture of.
Oh, okay.
You know, James Bond wears it.
Bandana?
It's a bandana under your fancy shirt.
No.
We're going to act like them.
We're going to act like fancy bandana wearers.
We're riding on the little tram, and the most douchebag guy you've ever seen shows us that's my Porsche in the Porsche Corral. I don't believe him. Do you believe him? I don't believe him.
No comment. I'm not gonna.
He was American with that greasy looking European look, but he was American with a ponytail.
You would think if you can afford a $500,000 Porsche that he said he owns, that they would be able to afford dental work.
Yeah, his wife was sketch, dude.
So was he.
I mean, at least give her some new boobs.
Neither one of them looked like they had brushed their teeth since 1963.
I think they're a Florida man and woman that snuck in.
Probably. That's more believable than that was his GT.
I mean, the car was a classic $500,000 car.
That's what I'm saying. You got a $500,000 Porsche right there, and they look like they drove that Pinto we saw.
Why didn't they get out and go to the Porsche corrals? My question. I kind of followed them with my eyes, and I'm like, this dude.
They went to the free camping.
He saw our Porsche Club bracelet, whatever you want to call it.
Well, they had Porsche jackets on.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper in a car, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I did notice that nobody under 50 owns a Porsche.
Did you see that 90-year-old guy behind us when we were registering?
Oh, he was, yeah.
And his 70-year-old son. Well, my dad owns a Porsche. Okay, dude, hold it. So your 90-year-old dad owns one, but you're calling him daddy because your daddy can get you into the catering tent.
Well, I didn't see any food.
Neither did I. No drinks.
Nothing.
We got swag and left. We're like,
a poster.
Screw this. Anyway,
right. So this year we're gonna do a NASCAR fantasy game on the show every week. Each week we will pick 3 drivers. The driver picks are based on their finish from the previous race. So we'll pick one driver who finishes in the top 10. You'll pick a driver who finishes 11th through 20th, and a driver from 21st back. We can't pick the same drivers this year, and the loser from the week before will pick first. Now,
hold it. Are there enough drivers for us to do 3 every race?
You need 6. You can pick the same driver. You can pick Jimmie Johnson every week if you want. I just can't pick him. You can't pick the same drivers each week.
You can't pick my drivers I pick.
Correct. But
so I pick Jimmy this week, you can pick Jimmy next week, right? But I can't.
Correct.
No repeats.
Correct. We can repeat week to week. We just can't repeat that week together.
Okay.
We both have to pick different. So we'll pick 6 total drivers each week.
So you're going to take a pick. I'm going to take a pick. Make it fair.
No, the winner of the loser of the previous.
How do we do the chum bucket there in L.A.?
So we get to pick 3 drivers, and you go first.
SpongeBob going to be there?
I think Cody's driving his car.
Oh man,
SpongeBob's sick.
Are we going to find a Krabby Patty?
Probably.
Okay.
We'll be in LA. We'll find lots of Krabby Patties. So, like I said,
some naked man cooking.
You can pick the same driver each the following week. It doesn't take them out of competition. You had to pick one driver from the top 10, one driver from 11th through 20th, and one driver 21st and back.
Okay.
This week, you can pick any 3 drivers you want. And then I'll pick any 3 drivers I want. Last place will get 1 point. And if there's 38 cars, first place will get 38 points. And we'll keep a running total and see who wins at the end of the season.
All right.
No playoffs, nothing. We're just going to keep rolling. We don't reset our points for the chase or anything like that. We just keep rolling each week. So, first up, we'll let you go first. You get to pick 3 drivers. Who you taking?
Noah Gregson. He's going to win it.
All right.
At the chum bucket. I can't spell Noah.
I got you.
We're just going to call him Noah G.
NG.
Then we're going with Kyle Larson.
All right.
Cody Ware. Come on, Cody. It's your year.
You could have picked 3 top drivers if you wanted.
Cody's going to have a breakout season.
Oh, you think?
I think so. I got good feelings about Cody this year.
So I'm going to go with Chase Elliott.
All right.
For my first pick. Joey Logano.
Okay.
Because he's defending LA Clash champion. Not because I like him.
He's a fart. They gotta call him Joey Fart.
I want to win the fantasy pick.
Joey Fartarillo.
Fartarillo?
Yeah, he can start a pizza joint. Our pizza stinks.
Manny's.
Our pizza stinks because I'm Fartarino.
Manny's
was good pizza.
It was. Those garlic knots weren't that good, though.
Pizza was good. Garlic knots were okay.
They were overcooked.
Plus, our 90-year-old waitress.
My bread crunchy.
You think she retired to Florida?
She owned it.
You don't think she...
That was Manny.
Oh, that was Manny.
Yeah.
I think she moved to Florida and didn't know she's going to live that long. So she started a pizza joint. She had a New York accent.
My third pick?
Yeah, what's your third? Manny?
No, I think I'm going to go with Tyler Reddick.
Oh, that's a nice one. I'm down with that.
I was,
or as the young kids say,
Reddick.
That's fire.
Oh.
Fire. That's fire.
I was going to go, I was thinking Denny, but I think Tyler is going to have a breakout year.
Denny's going to win the 500.
He's won three of them, so
next week.
Doesn't shock me. So after this, for the Daytona 500, that's when we'll make our picks based on the top 10, top 20, and back.
All right, no pontificating. Answer yes or no. That's it.
All right.
Denny Hamlin, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Okay.
I disagree with TJ Majors.
Oh, no pontification.
I was just trying to disagree with TJ.
No you pontificated.
I don't even know what that means. So
you pontificated all over the floor.
I can't pontificate if I don't know what pontificate means.
I said no pontification.
Well, I don't know what it means.
That means it's just yes or no.
I said yes.
That's it. And then you pontificated.
No, I discussed.
No, you pontificated.
No.
There was some pontification there.
I can't do something I don't know.
You need to clean that pontification out of your underwear.
Yeah.
You pontificated everywhere.
You can shove that pontification.
There's pontification on the walls now, like No-Toe Motel, Dippity-Doo New Holland Hotel. All right, I'm done.
That's all I got this week. Like I said, make sure you keep up with us because we're leaving Thursday. We'll keep posting shorts all the way to Florida, all the way to New York.
New York makes the people that go to Florida become Florida man.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, we're going to the OG.
When you get kicked out of New York,
you go to Florida.
You go to Florida.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, that's really all I got this week. Got anything else?
No, I'm tapped. I'm kind of tired from that race.
I'm exhausted, man.
Maybe we should go to Sebring next year. It's just 12 hours.
We got to get some rest.
Sebring, I think.
We got like 2 days to sleep and get ready. And I had no time to sleep because we got so much crap to do to get ready to go. We got to make sure all our work stuff's done.
Well, we are bringing our computers and cell phones. We will be working while we do the. Yeah,
that's a fact.
Yeah.
So just got to make sure everything's done. Everything's ready to go. So thank you to everyone who listens, who watches, and shares the show on social media. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We're at Car Backwards. Check out our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and watch all our videos and shorts. Go check us out on Spotify and rate us. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. Send us a DM or email us any questions you might have to racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com. And we'll answer the questions on the show or on YouTube in a short or however you want us to answer them, we'll answer it. And then make sure you check out our merch store at racecarbackwards.com or racecarbackwards.threadless.com.
Oh, that reminds me.
You're going to add the link?
Next week. The link's on there.
Oh, okay.
I think. I'll have to check. Next week, while we're driving for 48 hours, we need to figure out a Google-proof trivia question on NASCAR. Google-proof. We'll throw it out there, and the person that gets the question right will get a Race Car Backwards t-shirt. So with your answer, put your shirt size. We'll do it on Twitter.
All right. I'm good with that.
Okay.
What question how are we going to find a Google-proof question, though?
We're going to come up with a question and Google it, and if it's there, it's wrong.
How about we come up with a question, we make up the answer, and if you can figure out what our made-up answer is.
I think we ought to stick with the truth. No Santos on this one.
All right.
No Santos.
Got 48 hours. How about this? You have 48 hours. We have 48 hours to come up with the question, but we will give the answer to the question in one of our shorts that we'll post over the next week and a half.
But it'll be so random in the short, you won't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you follow along and watch all our stuff, you'll know the answer.
So you can drop down a comment on our YouTube.
Yeah, you can give us the answer on YouTube, email, Twitter. It doesn't matter.
DM.
However you want to give us your answer.
But whoever's first with the right answer.
First and right.
Yes. First and right.
Gets a t-shirt. This
is a no BS, no Santos zone.
No BS. No. This is a no Santos
zone.
100% factual. You will get a shirt.
Correct.
All you have to do is give us the right answer.
But if you pick the wrong size, no returns. Sorry, give it to someone else.
That's right.
Yep.
Hang it up on the wall.
Yeah.
All right, that's all we got, guys. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you here in a few days. Have a good one, guys.
Adios.
You just listened to Race Car spelled backwards. For that, we thank you.